Hello and welcome to Forever Box for today's video, which is the Rassie Report. Basically, this is going to be a weekly segment we do here on the Forever Box channel, which is completely Springboks dedicated channel content. So basically what we're doing on a weekly basis, we're sort of checking in with Rassie with regards to what is his current sort of focus, his conundrum, for example, his sort of big sort of question and the likes throughout the year, basically. So this is not just during the season. This is during the off season, for example. If we have, for example, 3 or 4 really big final performances from the weekend, what is sort of the Rassie Report with regards to what are some of the things on his mind at the moment and what is he probably thinking of as we sort of go. Now, we are in the Springbok season. The Springbok team to face Scotland set to be announced on Friday, with the game kicking off at 6 p.m. South Africa Standard Time on Sunday at Murrayfield. And a very interesting week of build-up because it's been quite quiet, and yet there are a couple of small things which are quite significant that we're going to talk about. The first of that being the fact that the Boks have moved their team announcement from Thursday to Friday, and some people are thinking that this might show there could be a couple of surprise selection. So the big question we'll be talking about today in the Rassie Report is, does he rotate or go full strength? And I suppose the big question is, what is the purpose of this tour? Now, if you look at the squad selected for this Autumn Nation series, the purpose of this tour is to win. It's to win 3 games in a row. It's to go back to South Africa with, 3 in the bag, finish hopefully as number 1 side of the world, and which, by the way, other results have to go, our way for that to happen. But to basically finish the season with a Rugby Championship, a 3-3 Autumn Nation series, and a 1-1 game against Ireland. So that is kind of the big sort of task for the Springbok manager. And the squad selection shows that, it is a very strong squad that has been selected. We've not really taken too many youngsters. We've taken players who have come through, for example, got the opportunities, and are now kind of mainstays in the squad. So the question this weekend is, taking on Scotland, what do you do? Do you rotate, or do you sort of go full strength? Now, personally, I think you should probably be going full strength. I think Scotland got a good side. Certainly a side that shouldn't be underestimated. They've got some world-class players. Finn Russell is back now sort of during the test window, so expect to see him start at 10, and he's a player that can cause a lot of issues for the Boks. He's a player that can cause a lot of issues to any team out there. So with regards to rotating or full strength, I personally would be going full strength, which means that, you probably won't see the likes of a Ruan here, Cameron Harnicle, a Wilco Loeb, a Jordan Hendrickson and the likes. But at the same time, there's been an interesting week of build-up with regards to players we're seeing involved in the press conferences, like Amakazona Pimpi, Cameron Harnicle, Andre Esterhuizen. Now, you look at the form that Andre Esterhuizen has been at the Sharks. He's been his usual wrecking ball self. But once again, he's kind of been thrust back in front of the SA public because he's now playing a team that plays in South Africa or in South Africa audience every single week. Not a lot of people were watching the Premiership where he was brilliant for the Harlequins, whereas now everybody's watching him every week, and often the only sort of positive of some of the Sharks' early results was the Andre Esterhuizen performance. So he's playing brilliant rugby. Now, does that mean he gets an opportunity this weekend? I mean, we'll have to wait and see. I'd be very surprised if Damien Delaney drops out. I personally think we'll see Andre Esterhuizen, in a game against Wales. But maybe Rassie Repport's got something else cooking. Maybe he's got a different set of combination he would like to see in this game. Could we see an Andre Esterhuizen with a Caleb Moody, for example, or with a Makanya Similarly for fullback, we've got options in Fassi and Buluru. But also Jordan Hendrickson isn't playing there for the Sharks. And he obviously had a utility option now, 10-15, similar to what we thought Mandela would be offering, but maybe Jordan Hendrickson actually is more of a utility player. Also can play at 12, for example. So does Jordan Hendrickson suddenly go from not being in the squad at all to now suddenly being potentially on the fringes? A player like a Wilco Loeb, who I think it'll be really good to see him get minutes in terms of building that depth. Does he suddenly leapfrog at Thomas Latoya? He's had to sort of wait his time in the wings. So there's a lot of different things that could potentially happen with selection this weekend. And at the moment, we've got very little indication of the type of team we're going to see. We haven't had a Rassie press conference in a while, for example. So we haven't had an opportunity to get inside the mind of our head coach and sort of see where he's at. But by all indications from, the press releases and some of the comments being made, the idea for this tour is to win the games and keep building the depth by building momentum. And it's a big thing, it's about that winning culture. Losing is a habit, winning is a habit. And if you're winning all the time, as players start to come in, that's the expectation. That's the bare minimum. And that if you start saying the bare minimum standard for the Boks is to win, that's where you want these youngsters coming in and understanding that a draw is not good enough. A 3-point loss is not good enough. Unless you're winning, you're not doing enough to warrant wearing that Springbok jersey. And, building depth is not just about giving minutes here and there. It's about players having to earn those minutes and collecting results, collecting trophies, collecting silverware along the way. We're good enough to do it. We've shown this year that we can win a Rugby Championship whilst giving, some plus over, I think, about 10, 12 debuts this season. We've used, I think, almost 50 players across, those sort of the initial 11 games we played so far this season. I think 10 games we played so far this season. So what do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. Would you like to see some rotation? Would you like to see us go to our full strength side? And what do you think that full strength side is? We've got a link in the description as well where you can go and actually build your Springbok team for this weekend. Screenshot that, send it to us. We might do a show where we look at some of the people's teams that submit them in the lights. So check that link in the description as well. Please do subscribe to the channel. As I said, dedicated Springbok content coming to you all around the globe, wherever they are. We'll try and make sure we can get Springbok content. And the main thing is this will be a full year-round show. So whilst the Boks might only play for 6 months of the year, well, realistically about 4 months, we'll be doing Springbok content all around the year as well. So thank you very much for watching. My name is Steve, and we'll see you soon.